You must be Mr. Schmo. Nice to meet you. No, please. Call me Joe. So, Joe, I understand here it says that you've had a very traumatic experience with the Leafs in the past. Could you please explain that for me? Ah, yes. It all began in 2004, when the Leafs beat the Senators in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. I was delirious from drinking and celebrating on the streets when I got hit by Harold Ballard's nephew's car. And then it got worse from there. I went into a coma, and for the next 9 years stayed in that coma. When I awoke, it was the 2013 NHL playoffs, and it was the Leafs versus the Bruins in Game 7. Of course, since I hadn't watched the Leafs in 9 years, I was so excited to watch them again, and so I did. But the reality turned out to not be what I expected. Back in 2004, everybody said by 2013 the Leafs are going to win the Stanley Cup, so that's what I believed. By the time the Leafs were up 4-1 in the game, I was booking tickets for the second round. I was so happy. My Leafs are finally winning. And then it all went down. The Bruins scored and scored and scored again, and then overtime they won. And I felt sadness that I'd never felt since 2004, really, when I lost in the second round. I wasn't used to it, and I cried, to be honest with you. I cried for weeks and weeks, and I stayed in my bed, and I slept for weeks and weeks, and I didn't get up. And then eventually, one day, I decided I have to get up. The Leafs need me. I thought about everybody in my life that would need me to be there to root for the Leafs during the 2014 playoffs that they'll obviously win. So I started playing it off like it never happened, you know, acting like my life was normal. I cleaned the trophy cases. I ate my dinner. I watched old Leafs highlights from their old run in '93. But I still had nightmares. Every night I wake up screaming and crying and begging for the Leafs to finally win something. But it just never happened. And I guess what I'm trying to say is, how do I get these nightmares to stop? How do I live normally again? Do I change teams? Do I change cities? No, I can't do that. What do I do? Please, you have to help me. Well, Mr. Schmo, it sounds like you're suffering from the first round effect, which is common in a lot of Leafs fans. The only advice I could give to you is be optimistic about next year. Remember, next year is our year. I heard about this great prospect named Austin Matthews. That's going to be in the draft in 3 years, and we might be able to draft it. Like, it's not like we're going to lose every year in the first round for the next 10 years, right? Okay, well, if that's all, Mr. Schmo, I'm gonna have to say goodbye for this session. Looks like the time's up. Anyways, that'll be $800. $800? This is the Leafs organization, my friend. Until next time. Please like and subscribe. Actually, no, just subscribe.